Hey guys, welcome to Nerdarchy for Nerds by Nerds. I'm Nerdarchy Ryan, and I'm joined by
Nathan Nerdarch.
Nerdarchy Dave.
And you guys who've been here with us for a while know what this is. This is the Nerdarchy News and Digest. To those of you that don't, this is Nerdarchy News and Digest. So what it is basically a collection of what we did last week on YouTube and the website, and if we have any sort of special announcements to make, we'll make them right here. So first thing, I'll point out that we have Nerdarchy, the store! So if you want some sweet Nerdarchy swag, like so, you can get it over there. We also have Nerdarchy the Patreon, so that's sort of if you want to patronize us in a good way, a way that we like, you can go there and help support us in the content we're creating. Also, the DMG info. As always, we should mention him. He had a tragic, catastrophic failure. Basically, the events of Pacific Rim were a real-life story. That's how his YouTube channel went kaput. He went from 10,000 subscribers to 0. So we've been helping, trying to get his numbers back. He does this great sort of Dungeon Craft 2.0 or 2.5D design method, which is he makes these sort of like, tiles that have a bit of dimension in these awesome time-lapse videos. So go check him out if you're into crafting, making terrain for your games. So if you really like your players and want to make cool stuff for them, you can do that. Or if you just like to craft and kind of screw your players, you're just so on them.
Just set it in, set it in the background so they can look at it longingly.
Yeah, you don't.
We're not using that.
We're not even using it for the game.
Ever.
I don't like you guys that much. So, and then there's also GM 911s. So these are not necessarily like a video request for us to do, but this is literally like I have something pressing in my game, and you want Nerdarchy to help you resolve this issue. It could be a problem with players, some plot stuff that you're trying to work through. We always try to put these as a priority. So you can either email these to nerdarchy@gmail.com. That's nerdarchy@gmail.com with GM911 in the subject line. Is that the main way we want to transmit?
I think it's the easiest.
Okay, that's the easiest. We're talking about maybe putting a section in the forum as well, where once you put it in there, you could actually have just other people running games can give you their feedback there as well. So that would be great. We also, speaking of the forum, we have Nerdarchy the forum, and since Wizards of the Coast's forums are going to go down, it'd be a great place for people to go and talk D&D, hang out with us, and just share ideas. Also, conventions. If you want to see Nerdarchy physically in a space, getting Nerdarchy to physically be in a space, the best way to do that would be to harass your convention. Like, hey, we want Nerdarchy, or send them emails, write letters, whatever that takes.
Should we mention GeekFest?
We should mention Geekfest. Okay, so
Which we may or may not be running games at.
We should be running games as long as things don't go wonky. Yeah.
Sideways,
right.
I like it. It makes us sound cool if we say things go sideways.
Yeah, that's right. It's like we're secret agents. So, New Jersey Geekfest is happening the last Saturday in October, correct?
Yeah, I believe the 24th.
24th. All right. So, yeah, October 24th, New Jersey Geekfest, that should be happening. And we're hoping to run some brief little sessions there. Largely, we want to make like outreach to people that are new to the hobby. But if you want to get in a little game with us, that'd be great. Or we'll just be there hanging out. And
one way or another, we'll be there.
We will be there. And then there's also Nerdarchy, the newsletter. So that's something that you can sign up for and kind of be the first in to know what's going on in the world of Nerdarchy. And if we have anything extra special, we definitely would put it out there as well. All right, so I'll hand over to the nerdarchy.com to you.
Sure thing. Nerdarchy.com. We have board games in review, Cards Against Humanity. Ted did a write-up on that one. We have Etiquette at the Gaming Table. We also have non-gaming YouTube channels for nerds. You can also check out...
But only one is by nerds.
Yeah, right. That's right. You can check out Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition Mounted Combat. You can also take a look at Interactive Entertainment Live Action Investigation at Philadelphia Museum of Art. Man, that was a mouthful. And I think that was by you, right?
Yep, it was. You could have abridged it if you wanted,
Yeah. I started and I couldn't stop. It was like a train. Over on YouTube.
Yes, on the YouTubes we have Ancient Race of ArcanaBorgs, the VargAryans, which was a D&D live play. We have D&D Wild Wild West style. My players won't stop robbing the bank, which was a GM 911. Help, a DM terrorizes his players with Aasimar Warlocks of the 7 Deadly Sins, which is GM 911. A player character wants to be a villain in their game, which is also GM 911.
We were real lazy last week. We were
That
just
was 911 heavy.
GM 911.
Well, we had a lot of requests.
Yeah.
Ideas for creating the Horseman Famine for, which like Horseman of the Apocalypse for Dungeons and Dragons. GM 911.
So it was like,
Dun, dun, dun.
wow.
Discussing
Surprise.
multi-classing in 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons with Scott Garibay. And In the Shadow of Gary Gygax. D&D 5e Modern, What Nerdarchy Saves the World, Session 2, Part 1. Was there also a Session 2, Part 2?
Yeah, but that actually went up today, which will go on next week's.
All right.
But it's there if you
It
guys
is
look
there.
for it.
That's a sneak
Right.
preview.
Yeah. So with that, that's everything we did, and until next time,
Stay nerdy.